It's important to us as a facility that we minimize the amount of waste that actually has to be taken out of this facility and put into a landfill or just actually taken away to be burned and that type of thing. It costs us a lot of money when we have to do those kind of things. So what we've done in the facilities group is we've tried to really communicate to the employees how we're taking initiatives to actually save money for the corporation and then actually being green to our community around ourselves.
With nearly 8,000 employees at work in the 504-acre Chrysler Group Auburn Hills complex, growing a leaner, greener corporate footprint is a big challenge. Recycling ranks high among the priorities the company's facilities management group is targeting, with new cost-saving programs and some help from employees.
We recycle about 74% of our entire waste stream. Now, in a building this size, our waste stream is about 8,200 tons a year. Everything from the tires that are generated through testing here, as well as the scrap metal. We include white paper as a big part of our recycle effort, plastic bottles. We recycle number 1 and number 2 plastic bottles that people bring in, all their water bottles that we ask them to deposit in our recycle bins rather than putting them into a landfill. We recycle wood. We actually shred the wood and give it to our waste management company, our scrap metal program. We capture a lot of the testing items that people use. Now, in a place like this, they test motors, they test seats, they test structures of vehicles. All that stuff enters our recycle program, it enters our waste stream and goes into our recycle program. We recycle our oil, we recycle our glycol, we recycle all those kind of chemicals that come out of a vehicle, transmission fluid, all that stuff gets recycled. Right now we have on tap a recyclable mop that we are going to be using. One of the beauties of this mop is not only is it made out of recycled Tyvek outfits that are worn throughout the company and in some of the dirty jobs, the scraps of those outfits are recycled. They turn them into a mop. We use a mop for a certain period of time, which, by the way, is a lot longer than the cotton mop that we used to have. So there's a cost savings associated with it as well. And then we take that and we wash it and we reuse it. And we usually get 3 or 4 washes out of that program. So it's not to mention the fact that it reduces, because it's such a good mop, it reduces the amount of chemicals that we use. So it helps us in that regard as well. We use a lot of gloves in this area. We use gloves in housekeeping. We use them in maintenance. A lot of the shops and the testing people use them as well. So we're implementing a program to actually get those gloves, compile them, get them rewashed, and get them issued as essentially new gloves. We've developed an alternative landscape program that does a lot of things for us. It saves us money. It allows the grassy areas to return to a more natural state. We have 105 acres of mowable grass on this site, along with another 68 acres in our Oak Tech Park area, which is just north of here. Typically, we would, in a regular year, we would mow all of that. Along with the mowing of that comes the greenhouse gases that are escaping through the mower exhaust. It takes away the natural habitat for a lot of animals. So we've identified 10 spots here on site. We take a mower and we go around the perimeter of the area. We carve out the areas for the trees. So we've cleaned up the fence line and we've cleaned up the perimeter. And frankly, I think it looks pretty nice. You know, we have a master gardener that works on our staff, Debbie Lynn, and she essentially came up with this program. This alternative landscape program will save us about $85,000 over the season this year. Going forward, every year, if we could do it just the exact same way, then that's what it'll save us every year. And $85,000 is a pretty good sized chunk of change.
As we keep putting out publications and notices to the employees here, we get a lot of feedback from the employees as to ideas that they've had or companies they've worked with in the past, and so we continue to need and we use those ideas to help us improve on our cost savings and being green here at Chrysler Group.
We'll look at more green ideas at work in the complex, including energy use initiatives and things employees are doing every day to help save energy and money in Part 2 of our Green Scene Update in Auburn Hills later this month. For Chrysler Group Communications, I'm Betty Carrier Newman.